Good morning, my dear students. Hope all you are doing great. Welcome to my chemistry class. Hope you all will enjoy my class. And I also happy to get you as my students of class 11 science. The long lockdown of schools, colleges and other educational institutes because of the second and third wave of the devastating COVID-19 pandemic situation. Okay. Now students are glued to smartphones, tabs, laptops to study their subjects online. And now exams are also online. Now e-learning becomes a challenge to both teacher and students. Parents are relieved that children are engaged in their online studies. But you have to obey the COVID protocols. Always use mask. Now doctors are telling to use double mask and use hand sanitizer. And always aware your people around you as you have responsibilities to our society. You are students, okay? And today I shall first discuss the syllabus of your class 11 chemistry. You know that the total mark is 100 and this syllabus is also available in your CISE website. From there you can easily download. And out of 100 marks, 70 marks is theory and 30 marks for practical and chemistry project. Today we will discuss mainly the theory syllabus, okay? And we will start the practical class, then we will discuss the practical syllabus. Now, one thing you have to keep in mind that each chapter reading is compulsory. Okay, so from every chapter question will come and it is compulsory to attend all the questions. There may be internal choice, but that may be from the same chapter. Not in all questions, very limited questions are there. Now, basically your chemistry is divided into three parts: physical chemistry, organic chemistry and inorganic chemistry. In physical chemistry you have 32 marks. In inorganic chemistry you have 15 marks. And in organic chemistry you have 23 marks. And if you count your number of chapters, total 14 chapters are there in your syllabus, chemistry syllabus, okay? Now first I will tell you about the physical chemistry. Physical chemistry, there are 7 chapters. First one is some basic concept of chemistry. Second is the structure of atom. Third one is the classification of elements and periodicity in properties. Fourth one is the chemical bonding and molecular structure. Fifth is the states of matter, gases and liquids. Sixth is the chemical thermodynamics. And the last one is the equilibrium. So these are your physical chapters, physical chemistry chapters, and from this chapter total 32 marks will come in your exam. Now in inorganic chemistry, the first chapter is redox reaction, next one is hydrogen chapter, next is S block elements, and there are some P block elements also, that is another chapter. So from these 4 chapters of inorganic chemistry, 15 marks will come in your exam. And the last part, that is the organic chemistry. Organic chemistry, the first chapter is the organic chemistry, some basic principles and techniques. Next one is the hydrocarbon. Next, environmental chemistry. Okay, so total here 3 chapters are there, and from this 3 chapter, total 23 marks will come in your exam. Okay, and I will teach you the organic portion. Okay, and hope you understood the syllabus of the chemistry. Okay, that means your theory part. Next, I shall give you a very small introduction, okay, on organic chemistry. Next day, we will start from the functional group and nomenclature. That is the first thing. So, all of you know that organic chemistry means carbon and hydrogen. So, carbon and hydrogen are the master elements in organic compounds. And without carbon, there is no existence of life. All foods and cells are made of carbon. The double helical DNA also contains carbon, and carbon compounds give us energy to survive our lives on this planet. So what we are taking? In food we are taking glucose, fat, proteins. Okay, by burning this food there is carbon. Okay, you are getting carbon dioxide. Okay, that we are exhaling. Okay, and you are getting huge amount of energy. Okay, to do the work. So organic chemistry plays a very crucial role in every aspects of our existence. We would be wise to understand it as best we can. So we have to study organic chemistry and we have to understand it better way, okay, so that our life becomes easy in the future. In the year 1780s, scientists were trying to separate organic compounds and inorganic compounds. They believed that organic compounds cannot be synthesized in the laboratory and some vital force was involved in their preparation. Okay, Jacob Berzelius, a Swedish chemist, proposed this vital force theory. There is some mysterious force is there and that is responsible for the synthesizing or preparation of organic compounds. We cannot prepare organic compound. But later, in the year 1828, Friedrich Holler, a German chemist, serendipitously obtained urea while heating potassium cyanide with ammonium sulfate. Okay. And the first discovered compound in organic chemistry by Holler was urea. So potassium cyanide is reacting with the ammonium sulfate forming ammonium cyanide. Okay, and this ammonium cyanide on heating there will be some rearrangement reaction and that will form one organic compound that generally you are using as fertilizer. This compound is urea. So I am drawing the structures of urea so that you can easily understand. There carbon, 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 oxygen, one double bond is there and two amine groups are attached. So this is the first synthesized organic compound and its name is urea. Okay. Later, Kolbe prepared acetic acid, Barthelot prepared methane in the laboratory and the vital force theory slowly disappeared from the mind of the scientist. So, modern definition came and according to modern definition of organic chemistry, it is a branch of chemical science which deals with the study of hydrocarbons and their derivatives. There is what we can say that hardly any field where organic chemistry is not applied. If you think about food, fertilizer, clothes, medicines, vaccines, plastics, petroleum products, polymer industry, that means rubber is there, plastics are also there, cosmetics, dyes, explosives, and you can think about the insecticides, pesticides, disinfectants, okay, and every walks of life, okay, organic chemistry plays a very vital role. Okay, now for the COVID situation, Doctors are using different types of drug, chloroquine, remdesivir, favipiravir, okay, and vaccines, okay. All are organic compounds having carbon atoms, hydrogen atoms, okay. Now, organic compounds are widely distributed in nature, and artificially by synthesis in the laboratory we can also prepare organic compounds. The important source of these organic compounds are plants, animals, coals, petroleums, woods. Synthetic methods are also there. Sometimes fermentation also produce organic compounds. Fermentation reaction. Next, we will discuss about the characteristics of carbon atom. Carbon has 4 electron in their valence shell. If we write the electronic configuration of carbon, then you can easily understand. So carbon as a total 6 electron is there. So electronic configuration of carbon is, okay, carbon 1s2, 2s2 and 2p2. So in 1s orbital 2 electrons are there, 2s orbital 2 electrons are there, and in 2p 3 orbitals are there, px, py, pz, and px and py containing 1 electron. Now this is the ground state condition. If carbon accepts some energy, then it will go to the excited state. In excited state, what will happen? 1 electron will jump from this 2s to 2p. So next we will get that this is 1s2, 2s1 and 2p3. So now if you look at this electronic configuration in excited state of carbon, okay, in the valence shell that is 2s1, 2p3 containing 4 unpaired electrons. So carbon can show tetravalency because of this presence of 4 unpaired electrons in its valence shell. And the smallest organic compound is CH4, that is called methane. Here all the 4 hydrogens are covalently linked with carbon atom and the bonds are identical. Methane has regular tetrahedral structure, and the structure and the shape of this tetrahedral of methane was first established by Nobel laureate Van 't Hoff and Lavelle. Okay. Next, we will discuss the structure of methane. Okay. Actually, carbon is attached with the 4 hydrogen atom directly, and here carbon hydrogen bond lengths are always equal, all are equal, and there is one bond angle between HCH. If I draw the structure, you can easily understand. This carbon hydrogen, hydrogen, hydrogen. Okay, now we will not write in this way. Here we will show one. So this indicating this shadow, okay, the shade is indicating, okay, that this hydrogen is the above the plane of the this carbon hydrogen. Okay, if we are considering these 2 carbon hydrogen, okay, this carbon hydrogen and this carbon hydrogen in the same plane, it will be the above the plane and it will be the below the plane. And here all carbon hydrogen bond lengths are equal, and here these bond angles, all bond angles are equal. That is 109 degree, 28 degree. Okay, and it was first established by Van 't Hoff and Lavelle. So carbon atom, due to its tetravalency, small size and stable carbon-carbon bond, okay, it has unique property combining with the other carbon atoms, forming very long chains, branch chains, okay, and rings, and this property is called catenation. Carbon has the highest catenation properties among the 118 elements. Okay, so because of these properties, that means catenation, high carbon-carbon bond energy, isomerization, and multiple bond formation, today the number of organic compounds are more than 6 millions, and each day in different laboratories of chemistry, scientists are preparing or synthesizing new organic compounds on this planet. Okay. So already you know about the electron dot formula, how to represent a organic molecule. Okay. You also know graphical formula. Okay, where all carbon hydrogen bond or all bond you have to show, and another is condensed formula like CH3 CH2 CH3 is called propane. Okay, so these things I think from your previous class you have the idea. Okay, now another formula writing concept is there, that is the bond line formula. So here in this bond line formula, the carbon-carbon bonds are represented by lines. Single bond will be represented by single line, double bonds will be represented by two double lines, and triple bond will be represented by three parallel lines. Okay. Here I can show you how bond lines are represented. Suppose you want to write propane. So what is the formula of propane? You write the condensed formula CH3 CH2 CH3. So this is condensed formula. So now if you want to show the bond line formula, then you need not to write the carbon atom. Carbon-carbon bond will be shown by line. So this is the bond line formula of propane. So this is propane. If we want to write the propene, that is CH3 CH double bond CH2, then by bond line formula we will show like this. Okay, so this is the propene. Here double bond we are showing two parallel lines. Okay, and if we want to show the compound, that is propyne, triple bond is there, then we will show in this way. Okay, so this is the structure of propyne. So these are the bond line structures. Okay, if I show you some complicated structure, then you can easily understand. Suppose we are drawing bond line structure like this. Okay, so what it represents? Actually, if we draw the, if you numbering the compound, then you can easily understand 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From class 10, all of you know the IPC nomenclature. So it is nothing but 2, 2, 5, 5 tetramethyl hexane. So here carbon is there. So this is bond line formula. Bond line formula. So this is carbon and these are the methanes, methyl group. This one is CH2, then this one is CH2, another carbon is there and 3 methyl group is there. Okay, this one is, and these two are same molecule, and we can show that by representing the carbon-carbon bond as line. Okay, hope you can understand. Okay, next we will go to the characteristic bar, or we can tell that three-dimensional representation of organic compound. 3D structure of organic compound is very difficult to draw on a paper. Actually, it is not possible. Paper or board, whatever we are showing you, that is the two-dimensional. So how to represent a three-dimensional? So we have to take the project. Okay, and here we can use the flying wedge type of formula. Here already I have shown you. Okay, if I show you the model, then you can easily understand. Okay, suppose this one is the methane molecule. This one is the methane molecule. Okay, so see, look at this methane molecule. Now these two carbon hydrogen, we are keeping it one plane. Here we are keeping it one plane. Next, what is happening? If these two are in the same plane, suppose this is the plane, and one will be the above the plane and another will be the below the plane. So in this way we are showing, suppose this is plane. Suppose this is one plane. Okay, so here is carbon. So these two carbon hydrogen are on the plane and one will be the above the plane. So we are showing it by solid shading. Okay, and dash shading we are showing the another hydrogen that is below the plane. So one is above the plane, another is below the plane. Okay, so this type of formula is also called flying wedge formula. Solid wedge is above the plane of the molecule and dashed wedge is below the plane. Hope you can understand. Now there are different types of project formula, okay, or projection formula. We can discuss with you later. Okay, Fisher projection formula is there, Newman projection formula is there, Sawhorse is there, Sawhorse projection formula, zigzag formula is there. Okay, so we shall discuss this part in later in details. Okay, now molecular models, different types of molecular models are there. Okay, for to have better visualization and understanding of the 3D shape of the organic molecule. And today I can show you this ball stick model. Here these balls, okay, are representing the atoms and this stick is representing the bond. All of you know what is bond. Bond is the chemical attraction between two atoms. So definitely one bond is equal to 2 electrons. So these are the bonds and these are the atoms. So this is the tetrahedral structure of the methane molecule. So this is methane molecule. Hope you can understand. And if we want to show you the ethane molecule, so the structure will be like this. This is also ball stick model. These balls, again I am telling, these are atoms. These two black balls are the carbon-carbon atom and these green balls, okay, these green balls are the 3 hydrogen atom. So ethane structure all of you know, or formula all of you know, that C2H6, okay. So in this way we can represent the different 3-dimensional organic molecules through molecular model so that we can easily understand. So today up to this, next day we will continue this chapter. Thank you.